Today is the 5th of August of 2013. Welcome to the Broad Market Analysis here in Grok Trade. This is Miguel Vences. I am a trader, a mentor, and an analyst, and I'm here to bring you the broad market analysis for today, which today gives us a very mixed result. And something is very, very clear, even though the markets continue to be slightly bullish, but there just isn't a whole lot of emphasis or energy behind that move. And it's no surprise because we know the markets are way overextended. We're trading in rising wedges. So today the markets give us a mixed day. Interesting to see that once again the Dow and the S&P 500 are pairing and lagging the Nasdaq and the Russells. The Dow 0.30 to the downside, S&P 0.15 to the downside, and Nasdaq 0.9 to the upside, and Russell's 0.3 to the upside. Let's not forget that Nasdaq and Russell's have been working as the leaders this past couple of weeks, and the question will be very important to answer is whether they will continue to lead, because at least today Nasdaq and Russell's were more bullish, or at least slightly bullish, as opposed to the Dow and the S&P who were bearish. And now let's go to the charts. This is a graph of the S&P 500. The white lines are my daily trend lines, and as we saw in the weekend edition, we are trading within this rising wedge, and we can see today a lower high and a lower low. So the S&P is pulling back. Dow Jones did not have a whole lot of space to retrace, and as we can see in this chart, just basically went from resistance to support. And tomorrow, because there's no space here, it's going to be an important day to watch the Dow. Do remember that a breakdown of this line of support, this lower trend line of the rising wedge, could be or could indicate an important move to the downside, except that the rest of the indices may be able to support or to hold a little bit the Dow Jones, because the S&P still has a little bit more space to come and test this lower line of support. And the Nasdaq is not even close to coming and testing this line. Today it was a higher high and a higher low, not giving any inclinations that it wants to retrace, at least not yet. And the Russells also following the Nasdaq, higher high and higher low, but hitting its head to this yellow line of resistance, which seems to be pretty strong. It worked right here as a resistance, and resistance today. And right above it is this white line of daily resistance. So as of today, as of right now, markets continue to be more bullish than bearish, especially considering the Nasdaq and the Russells leading in the S&P 500 with a little bit of space before testing that lower line of the rising wedge. But let's not forget that rising wedges tend to resolve themselves to the downside. Thank you very much for being a part of Grok Trade, where you find the best trading education and the best trading support with these market analysis videos. Have a wonderful afternoon, evening, and I'll see you tomorrow.